If your to-do list is full, but your life still feels empty, you have probably been sold a lie.
You and I, we have been bamboozled by societal conditioning to do things in life in the totally wrong order. If you have the experience of working really hard in life and still not having the life you thought you wanted, this concept is likely going to blow your mind. It's been credited to Zig Ziglar and Tony Robbins and landmark education and even Buddhism. And while I don't actually know where it started, I have found it to be such an incredibly helpful distinction when wanting to transform how life goes. And be sure to watch all the way to the end because I'm going to help you begin to implement this distinction immediately. First, though, let's examine the scam. Consider this. We have been conditioned by our society to think things happen in life in a particular order. If I do things, I will have things and get to be a certain way. Do, have, be. For example, you need to do a lot of work to have things like vacation so you can get to be relaxed. Or if we do a lot of dating, we get to have a romantic relationship so we can be fulfilled. This approach to life is inaccurate and incredibly frustrating because we think that having all of these things will make us feel a certain way. However, once we get the thing, it's incredibly rare that we ever get to be any different because the reality is we're still there and we're still being the same person. The do, have, be cycle is never ending and it's never satisfying. Consider the typical career trajectory, the typical career trajectory as we are conditioned to think we should approach it, right? So first you get the college degree, but then you're not happy because you need the job. But then you're not truly happy because you need the promotion and so on. Or the relationship realm. You find a lover, but then there's commitment, and then there's cohabitation, and then there's marriage, and it's never ending. We get to the part of the equation where we've been promised the being or feeling where we think it's supposed to be, and yet we don't find it. And somehow, though, we rarely realize it, and instead we just keep moving and doing things, always chasing the experience of being or feeling a certain way.
I'm so sorry, I just had to interrupt myself here. I know we just got deep, and this could feel annoying or familiar or just impossible. Don't zone out on me just yet, though. I'm about to help you put a new lens on things, and then I promise I'm going to offer a very realistic solution that you can do right now. No gimmicks, no hitch. Solution at the end of this video. So stay with me. This one's worth it. Now, back to our regularly scheduled programming.
This do, have, be cycle also is implying that our way of being in this moment is dictated by our past. So if what I get to feel or be right now is influenced entirely by what I have or the actions that I've already taken, that means that however I'm being right now is actually dictated by my past. And we all know we can't change the past. This is not only completely disempowering, but it's entirely not true. Your state of being is not actually formed by your past. In reality, it's the future we're creating and living into that actually forms how we get to be in this moment, and I can prove it to you. So imagine with me this very common scenario. We do all of the hard work to have the vacation to Hawaii, let's say, so that we can be relaxed. Great, sounds awesome, right? Okay, let's play it out. Leading up to the vacation, we focus on the things that we know we need to do in order to be gone. We cram in the workload, we tie up loose ends, we have to pack, we have to prepare our home. All of this leads us to being stressed. But okay, we get there. No work, time with friends or family, a new environment. We're in Hawaii for crying out loud. And we know that we get to enjoy the next few days. So we get to be relaxed, thinking about those vacation days ahead. Then the end of the trip creeps up on us, and we begin to think about all of the work that is waiting for us, the laundry we have to do, the bills that are waiting, and suddenly we're being stressed again, even though we are still physically existing in a tropical freaking paradise. It's not the past that's influencing how you get to be. It's what comes next. Also, in this mentality, the way you got to be, if you notice, it didn't last very long. You almost immediately jump into the next thing we have to do, and thinking about that next action immediately impacts the way we get to be in the moment. Within the do have be model, we're always waiting for some point in the future. We're always stuck on that first step, which is doing. Here's where the amazing, mind-blowing part comes in. All we have to do is flip the script. What if we start by being and then allow that to influence what we do and eventually have? Be, do, have. For example, if you want to be peaceful, start by choosing to be peaceful in the face of whatever comes your way. This will naturally lead you to choose to do things that reflect and create peace around you. And then you will have the things and experiences that you associate with a peaceful person. Now, I want to tangent here quickly and acknowledge that this is so much easier said than done. And this bit's really important to me, this concept is easiest to apply when we already have some level of privilege, such as having a roof over our head or food in our kitchen. Applying this concept in the face of a systemic issue, such as poverty, racism, sexism, all of that can quickly lead to toxic positivity. That's not the game we're playing here. However, for many of us, those experiences that we're chasing, the ways of being and feelings that we deeply crave, they are available to us in this moment if we simply flip that script. By the way, hi, my name is Sunny. I'm an intuitive strategist, and people hire me because they feel stuck in survival mode, always putting out fires and never having the space to truly up-level their life or business. And when I work with my clients to design that life that they want, we don't start with goals. Not at all. We start by getting crystal clear on how they want to be and feel as they live their lives. Now, here's the bit I promised, where we make this experiential so you can begin to apply that be, do, have model and flip the script in your life right now. You ready for it? Start by making a to-be list before you make any sort of to-do lists. And this can be easy to do once you have familiarity with ways of thinking about being, and most people don't. We are much better coming up with doing lists than being lists. And if this feels like you, don't worry, I've got your back. There's a link along with this video to request a list of over 75 being words that will help inspire you, get you started. Click the link, request your copy, and when you get it, highlight or circle the words, the being words that resonate with you. Create your own short to-be list. Then, as part of your morning routine, first thing before you start your day, pick one being word to embody for the day. Select your being before you get up to any doing. And then throughout your day, whenever you notice yourself feeling pressured to do things, feeling overwhelmed, out of control, just return to that being word and consider what actions you can take around you that will most closely align with that being experience that you aspire to. And again, I know I make this sound super simple, but the reality is you're undoing a lifetime of cultural programming with this exercise. You are literally rewiring your brain, and it will take time. Be gentle with yourself.
Don't let this be a moment where you go, interesting. Let's get you into action. You can integrate this new model into your life starting right now. Grab the free list of being words and build your to-be list before you build your to-do list tomorrow morning. The link is below, and you can have that PDF in your hands within minutes.
If this resonated and you want more content like this, you can hit that subscribe button to keep exploring. You're also invited into the Meadow, our cozy community. It's a virtual space away from the drama of social media, full of spiritual seekers and lifelong learners just like you. Thanks for being here.